I feel like with parents, we're always like, we don't have to apologize or, we're in the right or, whatever, like kids aren't having a hard time. Like, no, they do too. And I'm not always right. And I want you to be able to call me out on it, even if I'm like not receiving it. Like, I want you to know you have the floor for that. And because you deserve respect. Like, that's the bare minimum. It's like, and I need to respect you. So, like, learn how to respect yourself first. And that is by, honestly, making me respect you is by respecting yourself first. Like, I'm not going to tolerate this.
One of the most unexpected things motherhood taught me was how to examine my relationship with authority, not just as a parent, but as a person. When my daughter was younger, there were moments where I could feel myself wanting compliance simply because I was the adult, because I was the mom. And at first, that felt normal. Expected even. But over time, I began questioning that instinct. I started asking myself, was I correcting something harmful, or was I uncomfortable because she wasn't choosing what I would choose? That distinction changed everything for me. Because sometimes, if I was completely honest with myself, my frustration had less to do with values and more to do with preference. Preference for agreement, preference for control, preference for feeling validated in my role as a parent, and realizing that forced me to confront my ego. I didn't want our relationship to revolve around power. I wanted it to revolve around respect, mutual humanity, connection. So over the years, I intentionally leaned toward a more democratic relationship dynamic between us. Not in a way that removed boundaries or guidance, but in a way that allowed room for her individuality to exist. I wanted her to know she could disagree, question things, express discomfort, form opinions without immediately fearing rejection, punishment, or emotional withdrawal. And because I created space for that, something beautiful happened. I became more aware of myself too. I could identify when I was having a power trip, not dramatically, just in subtle ways. Moments where I wanted my authority acknowledged more than I wanted understanding. Moments where being right felt emotionally satisfying. Motherhood humbled me there, because children mirror us. And if I expected her to develop self-respect, autonomy, and discernment, I had to respect those qualities while they were forming, even when it inconvenienced me. Watching her grow into someone who could advocate for herself calmly and clearly affected me deeply, not just as her mother, but as a woman. I watched her express thoughts without immediately apologizing for them. I watched her communicate boundaries without collapsing into guilt. I watched her exist without making herself excessively small for the comfort of others. And I realized I wanted that freedom too. What began as parenting lessons quietly became lessons for my own life. I started applying the same awareness to my friendships, romantic relationships, work dynamics, and everyday interactions. Was I staying quiet to preserve peace, or was I abandoning myself? Was I compromising from love or from fear of rejection? My daughter helped me recognize how often adults disconnect from their autonomy while trying to maintain connection with others. And seeing her move through the world with growing confidence reminded me that I was still allowed to evolve too. Still allowed to express myself fully, still allowed to trust my own perspective. I think that's one of the gifts children can offer us if we allow it. They reveal where we've stopped giving ourselves permission to grow. And although I'm the mother, in many ways, she became one of my greatest teachers. Not because she had all the answers, but because watching her become herself reminded me I could continue becoming too, one small devotion at a time. Bizarre Kitty.